Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing really good. Today is yet another beautiful day. I have my door open. It is a little bit cool outside, but it's comfortable. So today I am having breakfast for my dinner, and I have a little ketchup here on the side. I have some beautiful apple. Look at there, isn't that pretty? I have some hash browns here. And I made me my own stuffed CroisSandwich. I'm going to call it a CroisSandwich. I think Burger King might call it that or something like that. But it's a croissant. I flattened it out. I added vegetarian sausage, scrambled eggs and cheese. And then I folded it this way. And here's how it came out. Doesn't that look beautiful? Isn't it so pretty? And it's stuffed with all kinds of goodness. I'll just go ahead and break it right now for you guys to see the inside of what it looks like. There's the inside. Sausage, egg, and cheese. Give you a closer look. Isn't it? Oh, it's dropping. I don't want to drop all that goodness. So, let me get my fork here. Maybe I could cut it a little nicer. Should have brought a knife, but I didn't want this to get too cold. It gets cold so quickly. So what is everybody going to be doing this evening or this afternoon? Here you go. Sausage, egg, and cheese in there. I think that was delicious. Let's try it. That is so good. Oh my. That's better than going to a fast food place, to be honest with you. Let me turn on the TV a little bit, sorry. I had it on while I was cooking. So isn't that so, I was saying that's so good, but you guys can't taste it, I'm sorry. But it is. If you get a chance, just get your croissants from the refrigerator section. I got the large croissants, and I rolled it out, and it comes, there's 8 quarter pieces, but I just made 4 pieces out of it, so it's a rectangle. I laid all the stuff at one end, and then flipped it over and pressed down the sides so it stays shut. Voila, you have a beautiful breakfast sandwich. You can put whatever you want in there. I love croissants. They're so good. Nice in that buttery flavor. You don't have to add butter. It's already in the croissant, they're like buttery flavor. There's the hash browns. Oh man, I hate that. There's the hash browns. Hopefully they're a little bit crunchy, but when they sit for just a little bit, they get soft. So, got a little ketchup here. I know Debbie had asked me to do more of an English breakfast, but I don't really know exactly what that is, but I am doing a breakfast. She said, I believe she said Ori breakfast. Nice and steamy hot. On my shirt. There goes my cuckoo. If you hear the noises, my son's here and Nikki's here. He's eating his dinner over there. I've stuffed croissants other ways, but I've never, and I actually put a little bit of sausage on top of the croissant and a little bit of cheese for decoration. This is really good though. I'll definitely do this again. Sorry, neighbors are loud again. I was going to tell you guys how sweet Mr. SuperFly is, what he did for me the other day. Well, not sure if he did it 100% for me. Or if he did it for his little girl. Because that was kind of his excuse. But no, I'm sure he did it for me. I'm just teasing. I was coming home from work. Looked like it was going to rain. Didn't rain the whole time. Not one drop of rain. I get to my subdivision. About 2 streets away. It downpours. It is, I mean, torrential. When it rains here, sometimes it is so bad you can't even see. You have to, some people have to pull over. The rain gets so bad. Got home and I thought, oh, I'm just going to sit in my car for a couple minutes. For it to slow down or something. Because it was really bad. With the rain. So I'm sitting there listening to music. Probably just for a couple minutes, not long. I hear tap, tap, tap. I look over, there's my husband at my door with the umbrella. Telling me, come on. So I get out of the car and he walks me to the door with the umbrella. I still got pretty wet though. I think he did too. And because the rain, it goes this way, this way, this way. It goes every which way. So you still get wet some. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm just going to wait till it slow down and stuff like that. And then come in. He goes, but baby girl was crying for you. She didn't understand why you were sitting in the car and she wanted you to come. So that's what I say. I don't know if he did it more for little girl or for me. What do you think you did it more for? Huh? My son says more for little girl. So, I'm making a big mess. The croissant is very flaky. So it goes everywhere. So all his good deeds, we are nice, but I think sometimes they're for a little girl, not for me, really. Then a couple days later, we went out to dinner. Big disaster. I'm not going to name the restaurant, but we went to a pretty well-known restaurant. I almost think it's all over the U.S. I'm almost 100% sure. But I'm not going to say who it was, but it doesn't really matter anyways, probably. We ordered our food. My husband always gets country fried steak with no gravy. He cannot stand that gravy whatsoever. So we ordered our food, and it actually took a long time. There wasn't that many people there, and we had commented it was taking an awful long time. And the funny part is, oh, well, I'll say that in a minute, but when we get the food, his country fried steak has gravy, which he cannot stand. And it's all, and it's all over the plate. And what I was getting to, the funny part was that she repeated back, no gravy, and even wrote it down. So I don't know how it got messed up, but it comes back with gravy. My food showed up okay. But he's like, no, I don't want it, because he will not want to, he don't want to return food and then give it back because of all the stories here. But they insisted, and he was telling me, I'm not going to eat it. He says, because all they're going to do is take it back, scrape off some of the gravy, and bring it back out to me. And I'm like, I don't think they'll do that. And he's like, I bet you they do. So here, my meal's done. And he says, just go ahead and start eating your meal. So I start eating my meal. I get halfway done. His meal comes back. Looks really pretty. At first. And you look closer, there's still gravy on the french fries. Not a whole bunch, but a little bit. Because normally the gravy just goes on the country fried steak, but it spreads off the steak a little bit, touches the other food. You can still see that. So my husband takes the country fried steak, he flips it over, and that's exactly what they did. They took it back there, scraped off the gravy, still left a bunch on there, still sticking to it. You can see wet gravy on the bottom of that thing. Flipped it back over, sent it back out. And he's like, I'm not eating this, which I don't blame him. I mean, we did ask no gravy, and she wrote it down. They got it wrong. So I told him, well, I'm gonna let the manager know, because we're not paying for this. If we messed it up, then that's our fault. I don't have a problem. Then if I made a mistake and said, forgot to tell them, that's our fault. But it said right there on the slip, no gravy. So the manager came over and she apologized, and she said she'd go back there and make it. And he's like, no, I was almost done with my stuff by then. Well, halfway done. Then I was feeling bad because here I ate in front of him and he didn't get anything to eat. And he's like, just finish your meal and then we'll go. So, but they did compensate us. They took that meal off and gave us our drinks for free. But it's still, that looks really good. It was just not a nice situation. It was supposed to be a nice little dinner for us. And so the manager was like, I'll make it back there for myself personally. And, he probably wouldn't have ate it after a set. There's so many. Some people get mad when you send back food, so, we don't like to do that at all. But I mean, I'm not going to pay for a meal neither that we ordered that wasn't correct. And the waitress even was like, I put on there no gravy. So we tipped the waitress because it's not her fault. She did her job and paid the rest of our bill, and then we just left. So I don't think we'll be going there again pretty soon at all. So it's definitely a fail dinner with my husband. You see both my boys when they were little. My youngest, my oldest. He's in a little Nassau suit here. They look almost the same, don't they? Actually, they look exactly the same when I look at them. They look like their mama. So share any stories you had like that down below in the comment section. I'm just curious. I'm sure it happens everywhere, but I mean, man, that's pretty terrible to take back the food and scrape it. You know, and I thought, how dumb does he think people are? You know, the guy in the back cooking. He left the French fries with a little bit of gravy. That was a sign right there that there was a problem, because if he had redid the whole thing, or at least take those French fries off that had gravy on them, you wouldn't think to look underneath. But once somebody would cut into that steak and take a bite, you would have the gravy. And he just hates that gravy so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the water. And all the birds singing. I could hear them. I hope you guys could hear them. The other day I was looking out at the bird bath. There was this big, beautiful bird in the bird bath, and he was taking a bath. He was shaking all his feathers and shaking his head and his body, and it was just so pretty. It's such a nice thing to watch. I would love to be able to videotape that, but even when I get close to my bedroom window, they all fly away. They're so skittish, and I've wanted to videotape that. I wish I'd go outside. So, I mean, we do have, I don't know, but I just wish I could. It'd be really nice to see. But it was just so pretty how it was bathing itself, and it gets out and shakes and then gets back in and tucks its head, and just so pretty. You guys get these big woodpeckers too. Big doves, blue jays, red jays, all kinds of birds. I don't even know what they're all called, to be honest with you, but they're so pretty. Little teeny tiny ones, and they're colorful, and then little teeny tiny brown ones. I don't really know much about birds. My arm is still really bad. Just a little bit. I just can't get my arm to heal correctly. But I hope everybody has a wonderful day or a wonderful evening, depending on where you are. I hope you enjoyed this breakfast mukbang. If you please try the croissant like that. Very simple. Put whatever you want in it. I did one before where I rolled just turkey pepperoni and cheese in with tomato and onion. Delicious. You could use that croissant so many ways and it turns out so nice. But you guys have a wonderful day or wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, I love you guys a lot. Please like and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and leave a comment down below. Bye-bye, everybody.